Okay. I'll do that, Shivu. That's fine. We can do that during this. So anyway, this is not going to be the, like, correct swaps or everything. Again, my menu's a little bit messed up from what it would be. But the notes will tell you, if you follow the notes and their menus exactly, this will happen naturally. But again, I'm using this from, like, a dummy file. I don't want to play through a whole catch-em-all run just to make a tutorial. So anyway, this is going to be the oobLG tutorial for Catch-em-all. So normally in the run, you will get about 100 Pokemon, and then you'll use this PC and evolve everything, and then you'll hit a point that you still need some Pokemon, and that is when you'll start oobLG. So what you need to do is, after you are ready to set it up, you're going to move to this tile here. You're going to pause, and you're going to set up your inventory. So there's a big list of things that are important. So I will go through those one by one. So thing number one, the first item in your inventory needs to be Master Balls. So you simply swap the bike with the Master Balls. Slot 2 needs to have a quantity of 205. So we get these Ultra Balls when we're getting Execute. So you're simply going to toss 51 of them. And that gets you from 256 to 205. And that needs to be in slot 2. Slot 3 needs to be rare candies. Slot 9 needs to be rare candies. So we're currently over slot 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to swap this with rare candies. I hope I have some left. I do. The bottom slot in your inventory needs to be the 4848. So I'll do that now. This slot needs to be 88, and the item above 88 needs to be 9F. This TM43 needs to have a quantity of 4, so I'll just go ahead and toss all that. And then, I need to set my rival name still. So the rival name needs to be Potions X0, Antidotes, or any item with a quantity of 93, any item with a quantity of 93, any item with a quantity of 94, so I'm going to use these super repels for that. Toss 4 of them to get the 94. This item here is the quantity of the Pokemon you want. So if I'm doing this with the regular route, the first Pokemon we'll catch is going to be Geodude, which is going to be 169. So it's currently 171. Now it's 169, which is what I need. And then this item needs to be 78. So you'll just use the revives. Same old, same old. And now, we are finally ready to set up oobLG. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab this TM43, and you're going to swap that with the HM04. The next thing you're going to do is, you need Ice Heals X0, and they need to be in the bottom slot of your trainer ID. I've messed up on this file, so I'm just going to swap them down there now. But what you're going to do is you're just going to swap these Safari Balls with the Ice Heal X0 that's in your trainer ID. So I'm all ready to do oobLG now. So if everything is set up right, you'll see the map is distorted. You need to look up, which I think requires a 1-frame turn. And if I press A, I'll use the PC. So oobLG is what I call an infinite, and by that I mean you can just catch every Pokemon in the game, except for Ninetales, using this method. And you can kind of do it in the infinite style. So what you're going to do is, we still need to set up everything. We're still not 100% set up. So the first thing we need to do is you're going to scroll up so that Pokeflute is the top item and 4-8 is the bottom item. And put your cursor over 8-8, back out of the item menu, and then you're going to use 8-8, and then press A, and the PC is going to turn on. You're going to go to someone's PC, and you're going to deposit every Pokemon in your team. So I'll fast forward because it's really slow. And then you're going to change boxes to whatever box you used for LG Fly, and you're going to withdraw the top Pokemon. So I think my file is wrong. I forget which one I'm allowed to withdraw, so I'm going to make a quick safety save just to be sure. I think it's this one. I don't know. I don't think the Alakazam works. That one didn't work. Again, this is kind of... Oh, I might be on the old route, unfortunately. Let me see if this works. If this works, I'm on the old route. Okay, it doesn't work. Shoot. No, Shivu, I couldn't withdraw the Jinx. Oh, okay, now I can. Whatever. It worked. So you need the Jinx, and then you also need the Hitmonchan that you got from... I don't have a Hitmonchan right now, because I never got it. There's other Pokemon that work. You'll usually use Hitmonchan. I will use... What's a Pokemon I can use for this? Seaking works, I believe. Seaking should work. So anyway, you're going to go to like an empty box, and you're going to deposit the glitched Pokemon first. Let me confirm that Seaking will work. Yes, it will. And then a Pokemon with a workable move second. It will either be Seaking or Hitmonchan. It doesn't matter which one you use. I'm using Seaking just because I screwed up. Yeah, you typically want to keep a Pokemon with Dig in your party, but it doesn't really matter. It saves you a box change at the end, but you'll probably have to do that anyway. So anyway, I'm finally ready to do LG Fly. So when you do it, you're going to use 8-8 to access the PC. So I'll just start from the beginning. So to get every Pokemon, you're going to scroll all the way down. You'll toss this item, so it's the quantity of the Pokemon that you want. Then you're going to scroll all the way up so that Pokeflute is the top item. You're going to put your cursor over 8-8. You're going to back out. You're going to press A on item, A on 8-8, use it. The PC is going to open. You'll access the PC. You'll go withdraw. You'll go down to the second Pokemon, which would be either Seaking or Hitmonchan. You're going to look at its stats. You're going to press B, B, B to get back to this part of the menu. You're going to click A on withdraw. You're going to click on the first Pokemon. You are not going to withdraw it. You're just going to click on it. Then you're going to mash B to get out of the menu. And an encounter is going to pop up based off of the value of the item in my trainer ID or my rival name. And that just so happens to give me a Geodude. So once the battle pops up, you're going to click down to item. You're going to click A. And it's going to automatically throw the ball. You can't mash the A button to make the ball throw faster. It's just going to automatically throw it. And rinse and repeat. So next up on my list is Ponyta, which is value 163. So I need to toss 6 to go from 169 to 163. Scroll back up so Pokeflute's on the top. It won't always be the Pokeflute, but you just need 4848 to be at the very bottom. And then have 3 items loaded above it. So whatever this is, not always Pokeflute. In my case it is. Always 9F, always 8-8. Anyway, put the cursor back over 8-8, back out, item, mash A on 8-8, withdraw, look at Seaking's stats, BBB, flash this menu, don't click anything. If you withdraw the Jinx, you crash the game. So you have to be very, very careful not to. Ponyta, hello. And Master Ball automatically throws. There's nothing you can do to make that ball throw faster. You just have to sit there and wait. We'll post the list for all the Pokemon. And then you can just use these rare candies to like evolve things. So like you'll evolve the Geodude, you'll evolve the Ponyta, etc, etc. And while you're doing this, you can also deposit Pokemon. So that's how you can like continue to like catch things. So what's after Ponyta? Probably like 150 for Pidgeotto, I think. I may be wrong. This might not be a Pokemon I can catch. But whenever you have a party full, you can just deposit things. So just deposit. And then do the withdraw thing. So then look at the stats. BBB. Flash. Back out. Etc. And again, can't throw the ball any faster. So that is oobLG in a nutshell. I don't understand this glitch well enough to like make an in-depth tutorial. I don't even know really how it works. I just know that it does. So this is all that you'll get out of me. There'll be maybe an explanation in the the video. I don't know. Like in the comments or whatever, I might post a link. But this is oobLG the way I understand it. Just be very intelligent with it. And then finally, I will explain how to get out of the oobLG state. And after you catch the very last Pokemon with oobLG, you'll be like this. What you're going to do is you're going to withdraw any Pokemon that can use Dig. I think I have a Dugtrio in this box. Mew has Dig currently, so I'll just use Mew. And you're going to deposit all of your Pokemon, because as soon as you do this, you're done with the run. So I'll deposit the Rapidash and the Pidgeotto. I just thought of something genius, super genius, that we never thought about until now. Oh my god, this is insanely genius. Okay, well, one way that you can get out of the oobLG state is you withdraw a Pokemon with Dig. You're going to scroll down. You're also going to bring your Leaf Stones with you, because you'll be using them for warping. So I'll bring them down. I tend to switch the Leaf Stones with the Town Map or the Safari Ball. It doesn't really matter what you swap them with. You'll also have tossed them to be quantity 118, which will require you to toss, I believe, 8. But again, I didn't evolve anything with this. But you just want to have them be the correct value to warp to the Hall of Fame, which will look like this. There'll be this like squiggly lines and then an 8. That means you're on the right symbol. Then you scroll down to these potions, you toss 3 of them, and that allows you to dig. Even though you're in a Pokemon Center, you can't normally dig. That will allow you to dig. You're going to walk back into the Pokemon Center, open up your menu, swap the Master Balls with the Leaf Stones that now have changed quantity for whatever reason, and you'll warp to the Hall of Fame. I don't know why they changed quantity. It confuses me a bit, but I guess don't swap them with the second slot of the ID. You'll swap them with a different slot, but don't worry about it. I just come up with a faster way to do the warp anyway, so I'll have to figure out how to do that. Potentially faster. I don't know if it's faster yet. But yeah, don't swap the Leaf Stones there. Swap them with, like, something else. I don't know. There's a lot of other stuff you can swap them with. But yeah, that's it for oobLG.